Chester all the way to Albany on both sides of the river. We have a bunch of different programs. One of them being is a PTSD therapy program. It's an equine assisted program, so it's good for veterans who don't like to verbalize their traumatic experiences. Also, we send goods overseas to service members who are deployed, just magazines, toiletry items, just normal things, but they're definitely pick-me-ups when you're over there. Also, we have an educational scholarship to give service members when they get out of the military and they like to attend college, help them get through and be successful in their educational endeavors. And lastly, we have a program for service members who come back home from combat deployments, and we send them on a cruise, because when they come back from fighting for their life every single day, putting their life on the line, it's definitely important for them to come back and be able to put their feet up and relax, and it's very deserved for them to be able to do that. So as we stand here today and we recognize Flag Day, I think to myself, what does this flag stand for to me? And two words come to mind. The first word is bravery. And bravery, I thought I knew what bravery meant before I joined the military, and I did as far as the dictionary goes, but I saw incredible acts of bravery while I was overseas. Men running from position to position with no cover, just to bring their brothers ammunition that they so badly needed, putting their life on the line to help the guy next to them. And there was one moment in my life that defined bravery to me, and that's when I was in Afghanistan. I was standing next to my friend Christopher Landis, and we called him Lonnie, and an insurgent shot a rocket at us, and it went right between us, right over our heads. It was really close. I hit the ground, and I looked over at Lonnie just to make sure he was okay. And Lonnie looked back at me when I looked at him. He had the biggest smile on his face. I couldn't believe it. I was baffled by his courage, and I went like this. I waved my hand over my head, and I had this wide-eyed look, just saying, you know, that was close. And he looked back at me, just smiling, nodding his head. And like I said, I was baffled at his courage and his indomitable will to fight. Unfortunately, a little less than an hour later, Lonnie was killed by a rocket that unfortunately wasn't so narrowly missed. Even though Lonnie wasn't with us for the rest of that deployment, I carried his spirit with me, and I tried to have his bravery that came so naturally to him. I tried to uphold that bravery for the rest of my deployment, and I did. He was an inspiration to all the soldiers around him. And there's guys like Lonnie that represent the bravery of this flag. And the second word that comes to mind is opportunity. The opportunity this country represents, that, you know, even back then in 1775 when we went to the Revolutionary War, when these small 13 colonies fought the most powerful military in the world, the British Navy, the British Army, and we won. We won our freedom. It's the courage to do that, and the opportunity that if you come to this country, anything is possible. My grandfather, he moved here in 1958, and he immigrated from a small village in Italy. When he came here, he spoke broken English. He didn't have much money in his pocket, but he had a dream for a better life for him and his family. And he worked hard. He made $35 a week as a mechanic, but unfortunately that shop closed down, so he took all the money that he saved and he started a small business. And my grandmother is sitting here with me today to hear the story, so she could contest what I'm saying. $35 a week, and he worked hard. He started a small business, and he opened up a small trucking company. He worked hard every day to grow that business, and he became a successful entrepreneur here in America. He was able to buy himself a home and provide a good life for him and his family. And he lived out his dream that he came to America for. That's the American dream. And you know, even 60 years later, it's a different world, but that American dream is still alive today. And if you work hard, anything's possible here in this country. So I thank you all for having me, and God bless America.